I know it's been a while. I have a good explanation, and I'll be back in a minute. Welcome to the Drunk Linux User. I'm Len. I am the Drunk Linux User. And yes, it's been a while since I've made a video, but there have been a couple of very good reasons for it. The most recent is I got a day job. Yay. And the second reason is on Father's Day, back in June, I know that's been a while, I was gifted with a graphics card. And then on my birthday, which followed shortly thereafter, I was given an external monitor. The problem that I ran into was as soon as I put the graphics card in, I had a problem using Linux Mint. Now, on Windows 10, smooth as silk. I mean, just beautiful. Everything would glide across the screen just fine. But when it came to Linux Mint Cinnamon, a lot of jerkiness trying to move the cursor, trying to move a window, and there was just the slightest hint of screen tearing. I did try Cinnamon Edge, which is a more updated kernel. It was better, but it still wasn't good. I did all the tweaks and everything I could to try to make it work. It wouldn't work. So I tried Linux Mint Xfce. That actually wasn't too bad. I think it was a little bit better than using Cinnamon. Mate just I couldn't get that thing to work the way I wanted it to, for love nor money. So then I went to Pop! OS because I kept hearing about how great that is. I don't know why, but my first attempt at Pop! OS did not give me very good results. In fact, it was just about as good as Cinnamon, Linux Mint Cinnamon. So I ditched that. I went to Manjaro. I tried Gnome. I tried KDE, and may I suggest that for the time being, you might want to hold off on Nvidia and KDE until they can kind of get things a little bit better. It's not horrible, but it's not great. I've tried Ubuntu. No good. I tried Kubuntu. No good. Every time, and I promise you, I'm using the most up-to-date kernels that I can get my hands on with these distributions, as well as the latest drivers for Nvidia, even going back to see if maybe the newest one isn't such the greatest one. But none of that worked. So I went back to Pop! OS again, bound and determined, and when I installed it again, poof, beautiful, wonderful, absolutely terrific. The only problem that I have with Pop! OS is that when I try to hook up my microphone to use with OBS, which is running off to the side over here, the sound was cutting in and out rapidly, like about every half second to a full second. It was not listenable at all. And I don't know if that's quite the term you use, but that's what I'm going to do. So I tried something else. We'll get there in just a minute. But I want to show you why I was looking to get a new graphics card and why I wanted to have a monitor. So let's get over here. And yay, this time my little mug is up there. The last time I tried this, it disappeared. But this is my rig. This is a Dell 8940 desktop. It is not huge, but it is very, very well packed with an i7 Intel processor. It does come with an Intel 630 graphics card, but the graphics card only has a DP display port, and it has only one HDMI port. Well, with the new monitor, things have changed in my house a little bit, so I have the monitor in front of me, which I'm using with the Nvidia card. I'll get there in just a second. I now have the monitor off to the side, and I have my TV way over yonder where I do a lot of streaming. Right here in the center in the back, about one panel down, is that about right? Yeah, one panel down. That's where I put the new Nvidia card. Now this new Nvidia card is a GTX 1650 something or another, and what it has is an HDMI port that you can see towards the top, and in the middle is a DP port, At the bottom, you're going to see a DVI port, which is what I've got, the little monitor, is a little 19-inch monitor off to the side. That's what it's using. Every distribution picks up every monitor except in Wayland. For some reason, my TV, way over yon, is not recognized in Wayland. Not when you first boot up. I have to take the HDMI cable out, pop it back in, and then it's recognized. Sometimes I have to do that 2 times. I don't know why, but there you go. And also, the rendering and the smoothness is okay in Wayland, but honestly, I think it's actually better in X11 right now. Again, this is my equipment. These are my experiences. The monitor that I did get for my son for my birthday is this guy right over here. It's a 19-inch monitor, which can also flip, which is really cool because sometimes I need that. What I do is I'll have my graphics canvas in front of me, and I'll have all the floating panels and everything off to the side over here, and maybe some extra directory windows, or maybe another program if I need to get or capture something really quick. So it's a nice setup. But with all of that, I did run into some problems with Linux. So what did I end up using? Endeavor OS. This is the continuation, in spirit at least, of the old Antergos system, which was really, really great. This is Arch based, and it works. It's fast. It's very, very fast, by the way. I'm able to get all the applications that I want off of it. It does have the latest kernel. It also has a long-term support, or an LTS kernel, to go along with it. I have that installed just in case I need it. And so far, everything's working. I'm not having a problem with my microphone. Everything is relatively smooth. I'll go ahead and just drop this for a moment. Open up. This is about as smooth as I was getting with Pop! OS. I will say, in all honesty, and maybe it's because OBS is running right now, it's not quite as smooth as what you'll see in Windows 10. But I've even seen Windows 10 kind of get a little jerky at times. And I'm not just talking about the operating system. With Gnome, which is the desktop environment I'm using, this comes with Gnome 42, which also has libadwaita as its primary theme structure. With libadwaita, I think it actually is a really nice setup, and what I've done is I've gone onto gnome-look.org, and I found ADW-GTK3 as the legacy theme. It comes in light and it comes in dark. I happen to like the dark versions. And it works really nice. If you go to the GitHub page that's listed there at the top of the ADW, you know what I'm saying. They also have a link for a Kvantum theme for Qt-based or things that are made primarily for the KDE environment. I've installed that as well. I have put it on this VLC player, which you can see right here, and I think it looks pretty nice. Very clean. There's not an awful lot of flash. There's just enough information to get going, so I enjoy it very much. There are some extensions that I'd like to pass along. I've installed this one extension. It's called Extension Manager. Up on top, these are the extensions that I've installed. The system already put in PAMAC updates indicator, so that's sitting up here, right there. So it'll show me if my packages for Arch are all up to date. And I would suggest, instead of using something like top icons, using app indicator and case status, notifier item support, to show your other icons, such as OBS running right now. If I were to launch, for example, Dead Beef, you can see that Dead Beef is up here as well. When I go to close it, it stays. I want to quit, I just quit from up there. So if I have it running in the background, Windows closed, it's nice, easy. I like that. Arc menu is what I'm using for my menu. The one thing that I think Windows does right is, well, that's Windows 11, is putting the pop-up for your menu in the middle. When I'm working on something, I don't want to try to get distracted, figure out where I'm at. I like it in the middle. I think I mentioned that in another video, actually. It's very, very, very nice. There's a lot of tweaking that you can do with this. You can change different menu styles. Just bring this up right now. And so the different layouts, you have traditional layouts, arc, brisker, so on and so forth. You can also get more modern looking layouts like Unity, which is kind of ironic they say Unity, but you can get Plasma, and you can get Redmond, which is more like what you would have seen probably in Windows 7. This is more, this Windows is more like what you would see in Windows 10, and then there's Windows 11. I'm not sure what AZ is. I haven't tried it. But like I said, you can do an awful lot with this. You can tweak it. You can set the heights. You can do the categories and all kinds of stuff. So Arc Menu is a nice addition. I use Dash to Dock for Cosmic because it has really great features that you cannot get with regular Dash to Dock. Now, Dash to Dock, from what I can see, for example, if I go over here, this is why I like this particular extension. If I use Dash to Dock, you can see that Dash to Dock is not supported with Gnome 42. So, but I just simply like the features in this for Cosmic. It's set up really nice. Now, if I hit Just Perfection, it's going to just completely lock up this particular panel. I can close it, but I can't do anything else with it. So we're not going to go there, but if you want some real granular control over how your GNOME desktop looks, this is your buddy right here. Sound input and output device chooser. If you come up here, click on your microphone or your speaker thing, not only can you see what is currently set up, instead of having to go to the settings panel and go to sound, you can select right from here. This drops down. Same thing here with microphone. You can see which one I'm using. So it's really, really nice. Very, very convenient. Saves you a lot of steps right there. Of course, user themes, so that I can use something like ADW-GTK3. It's easy to type, not so easy to say. So there we go. We've got those extensions right there. This is how I'm using my particular system. I am very, very grateful that Linux has the ability to offer so many different options, so that when you are experiencing an issue because of new equipment, maybe software, maybe some type of configuration, if you can't get it fixed in one, you can probably find something in another distribution that's going to work just as well, and maybe even somewhat better. So I'm going to leave it on that note. This seems to be a good run. I've already done this 5 other times, and I enjoy doing this, so that is not a hardship. Let's end with our words of wisdom. Do you remember what they are? Don't drive drunk. Don't drink and drive. Don't use MS Edge, go to eBay or Amazon all buzzed up thinking you're going to get the latest, greatest equipment or toys or t-shirts and whatever, because probably not. In the meantime, bottoms up. Later, dudes.